Hi, my name is Gudrun from GE Designs. Welcome to my live quilting chat, Tipsy Tuesday. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Tipsy Tuesday on this gloomy day here in Minnesota. Temperatures are dropping. Feel the change when fall is coming. Even though it might warm up and might get some heat waves, but we can feel the changes in the air. Thank you all for being with us here on the first day of September, and happy National Sewing Month. That's just incredible that just happened to be today, because of course many of you know that we have a big show ahead of us tonight. We are launching our season 2 of Fast and Furious Club, which is our Quilt As You Go club, project club. And a little buddy here saying hi by doing a little shaking and rattling. I'm sure you can hear him. Kobe says hi. Well, if you are new here and are watching us either on Facebook or YouTube, welcome. Make sure you post your comments, post your name and where you're tuning in from. We love to see where everybody's from, especially if you're new. And of course, we would appreciate it if you are watching on a mobile device. Yeah, look, use those thumbs up. Look at that. HP is amping it up. And of course, we love the hearts. So click on those hearts. And be sure, if you are new here also, make sure to like our page on Facebook. It is GE Quilt Designs after the facebook.com. And then if you are watching on YouTube, make sure to subscribe to our channel. And then you will be notified whenever we're live or if there is new stuff, new videos that get posted. So, of course, on tonight's show, we will have another round of some fabulous Harmony quilts, our third and final slideshow of Harmony quilts. Now, I do understand that you possibly are not done with yours, so don't worry about it. Make sure to post it if you're on Facebook. Join our group, Gudrun's Quilt Crew, and post your photos there. I would love to see all the quilts. And if you make sure that if you are not on Facebook, you can email me. Email me a photo and I can post it for you. So thank you. We are having some issues by bringing the Facebook comments on screen, right? They keep changing, and I think now the Facebook format of everybody's went to the new format, and things are hard to find. Everything is messed up. I sometimes the changes are hard, especially if you're used to doing some things, and we have a lot of technology stuff going on that's above my head, but Mr. HP is taking care of all of us tonight, so hoping that everything works. We've got lots and lots to show you. And then, of course, after our slideshow, we're going to dive into our main topic of the night, Fast and Furious Club. So before we do that, though, we have to announce our winners from our last show, because every show we have 2 winners. We have 2 lucky winners that get a gift card at the GE Designs Quilt Shop online. And so we will pull 1 live winner, so make sure you comment. The more you comment, the better chances to win. And then, of course, we have our question at the end of the show, so everybody can join in on that, answer the question, and be entered into the giveaway, whether you're watching live or if you're just watching afterwards. So our last show, I asked you, the giveaway question was, what is your favorite baked good? And our winner is Sarah Jenny. Congratulations. Her favorite baked good is homemade wild blackberry pie. Yum. Seriously, that is some serious stuff. And I'm sure she makes it herself. So sounds amazing. I wish we had wild blackberries close to me, but that sounds amazing. Okay, so before we get into it with the Fast and Furious Club, I think we should just play our slideshow for all of the rest of the Harmony quilts. I know there's going to be many more, but let's check out this third round of Harmony. How wonderful. Thank you. I want to just from the two of us want to thank you all for being a part of that amazing day, whether you sewed with us live or if you were kind of catching it later on. We really appreciated that day, meant a lot to us. It was very personal. So it was really going to be a memory for life for both of us. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And keep posting those quilts if yours are not done. Don't worry. It's not a race. Okay, so let's dive into our main topic. So our Fast and Furious Club Season 2, we are ready to go with it. But before, I am going to play for you just a little trailer that should explain most of it. I'm going to just go from the total basics if you're completely new here and don't know anything about what we are talking about. So what is Fast and Furious Club? So this is a monthly club. It's a club with a monthly project. So every month there is a brand new project, a pattern, and a video class that is uploaded to your account if you purchase the whole 9 months, or you can purchase 3 months. We'll talk about that a little bit later. But the monthly club has an exclusive pattern that's just found in the club, and of course the video of me taking you through all of the steps of the projects. So as I said, I'm not going to say too much more because I think the trailer will show you everything. And then I'm going to explain in more detail. And then, of course, I'm going to take all your questions. So here it is, Season 2 of Fast and Furious Club. Do you love instant gratification? I know I do. How about starting a quilted project and getting it all done and on your table in a matter of hours? All finished, binding, quilting, everything. Come join my Fast and Furious Club. Each month, you will get a downloadable pattern and a video class of a brand new project. All of the small projects are done with a Quilt as you go method, and I will take you through the whole process in the video classes. We will have a variety of small projects in the club, like table runners, toppers, placemats, pillows, and more that are easy to finish and are perfect gift items. Never done Quilt as you go? No worries. I have designed the project so we will be starting with the basics and then learn new techniques as we go along. And remember, I'll be right there with you the whole way. Along with teaching you the ins and outs of Quilt as you go, I will teach you how to cut out the projects with great accuracy and time-saving methods using the Stribology rulers, but you can also use regular rulers. The Fast and Furious Club is a 9-month program, but has great options based on how much commitment you are ready for. Each project will go live on the 20th of each month, but you can purchase at any time. You can view the first 3 projects in the club now that are scheduled for the month of September, October, and November 2020. The next 3 projects will be shown in November, and the last 3 in February of 2021. Our September project is a table runner called Offkilter. The simple construction and basic techniques makes this runner a breeze to sew and a sure success for anyone to make. In October, we will be making this cute wall hanging called Fall Fellas. Whether you make it in classic fall colors or more spooky for Halloween, it will sure be a fun finish. You could even turn it into a pillow. In November, we will make adorable Christmas placemats featuring Santa's hat and candy canes, simply called Santa's Hat placemats. Make them for a holiday gathering, and you could even personalize each one by embroidering names into the cuff of each hat. Sign up now before September 19th and get the special offer of all 9 projects and video classes for only $84.95, which is only $9.38 for each month. You will not be able to see all 9 projects right away, but you will get the biggest savings with this offer. If you want a lesser commitment and to be able to see the projects you are getting, you can purchase 3 months at the price of $34.95, which is $11.65 per class. If you really don't want any commitment at all, you can purchase just 1 project at a time for $14.95, which includes the pattern and the video class. The special offer of the 9-month pre-purchase ends on September 19th, as the first class will be live on September 20th in your account on gequiltdesigns.com. When you sign up, you will get access to the fabric requirements for the first 3 projects and a welcome video which shows you all the helpful tools to have and steps to be successful with the Quilt as you go method. Join me and create some adorable small projects done the fast and furious way and learn some great techniques in the process. Well, isn't that pretty awesome? We have 3 projects ready for you to look at and sign up. Of course, the options are various. If you want a big commitment, if you want a smaller commitment, or no commitment, everything is available for you, no matter what, where you are and what you want to do. So the success of last year, and of course the wonderful feedback, just made it a no-brainer to go with a second season of Fast and Furious Club. So I designed these projects with everyone in mind, including total beginners, because we start with a very basic project and then we kind of escalate in technique. And remember, the videos, I take you through every step, and including cutting things out, prepping everything, and then you're ready to go. So let's look at these projects just a little bit closer. I have the Offkilter table runner. This is the first one. I'm going to show it. I'm going to show it in the overhead, but I did a few different colorways of this one. And so this gradated one, and then I did a Christmas one, and I can't stop. These are so much fun to do. And I have, I've made 3. I made one more, so let's check out the one. So this is the Christmas one. I'm calling it winter. And so you start in the middle and then you piece your way out. So of course, all of the projects are quilt as you go. So that means that you're quilting it and piecing it at the same time. And so just to have it just a little bit off center, I feel that's very fitting for 2020. Everything is a little bit off kilter for us, isn't it? So I think it's very fitting that we make some off kilter table runners. So this is one version. Of course, the one that has I call it the blues. It's hanging behind me now. But so there, where I started in the middle with a light square, and then I kind of faded it out to darker, going into the blues. And then I have one more that I did with Halloween fabrics. We'll put this one in the overhead. So this one uses the Ghouls and Goodies fabric line. And how cute is this? I can just see this done in whatever fabric you can imagine. So this one is the first project. So first project of the Fast and Furious Club. So the next one, the October one, is called Fall Fellas. I did it because these are just 2 adorable pumpkins that I know they're best buds. So really quick wall hanging, or this one, because it's 16 inches wide, you could leave off the top and the bottom and make a pillow, a 16-inch pillow, put a little border on it, or just bind it. That'd be a really cute pillow. I made 2 versions because this one is kind of very classy, just a subtle Halloween, but pretty much kind of a fall version. And then I had to make a Halloween version with some black pumpkins and some spooky fabric on the top. So I thought this one was really fun for a more Halloween-y look. And then we have the third month is our placemats, which I just had so much fun with, piecing the Santa hat and then the candy canes, just using a striped fabric that I cut on the bias to get that diagonal stripe working the right way. And just a little bit of applique for the cuff and the pom-pom. And I thought these would be just so fun to make for, anybody. I love this myself, but I thought, how fun would this be if you have a big Christmas gathering? Make it for all your guests, and you could even embroider something in the cuff. Make it for the kids, put their name in here. And then, of course, in Iceland, we have 13 different Santas and they all have different names. So I thought it'd be so cool to put the different Santa names on the hats. So haven't done that yet, but I think I may have to do that with my snazzy embroidery machine. But these are the 3 projects, and I just think they're really fitting for a little bit of the seasons, and the technique wise, it's a great progression. And so if you're afraid, you've never done Quilt as you go, do not worry. It's easy, and I will take you through all the steps, of course. So how it really works, every 20th day of the month, the project will be live in your account. So if you're going to purchase the club, whether you do the 9 months or the 3 months, the trimester, now that you know the first 3 projects, you can do the trimester. Or if you just like one of them and you want to just do one, you can just purchase one. But they won't be in your account until September 20th, the first one. So always on the 20th of each month. You can purchase it now, and then you can go into your account and you click on that product. There will be some things in there. There'll be videos. There'll be 3 videos. One is kind of like the basics of Quilt as you go. One is about how I do my machine binding. And then one is about the fusible applique. And then there will also be the fabric requirements for all 3 projects. So if you purchase the 9 months or the trimester, you will get the fabric requirements for all 3 projects. So you can kind of get ready if you want to pull from your stash, or you kind of get ready for everything, and that's what you will have right away after you purchase. But the project, the pattern, and the video won't be there until September 20th. So that's kind of how that works. So if you're purchasing, make sure you set up an account. If you don't already have one, if you have one, I totally recommend signing into your account before making the purchase, just to make sure that you don't accidentally use an email that you haven't used for a long time. Note to self, here's a little public service announcement. If you have PayPal, sometimes we have the email on the PayPal is an old one, so make sure your email on your PayPal is the same one that you use on a regular basis. Believe me, so many times we're correcting emails. So it's a good thing to do, and it's easy to do. I had to do it myself, so it's easy to do just in PayPal. Okay, so those are the 3 projects. So the patterns, once they go live in your account, they're kind of like any other digital patterns, PDF patterns. It's a PDF that every time you click on it through your account, it downloads to your device, whether you're on a computer or a mobile device. So find out, you don't have to go into your account every time to look at it. Find out how to find your downloadable files on your device. If you're on a computer, there's usually a downloads folder where all the downloads go into. And then you can take it from there and put it and save it in certain folders. If you're on a mobile device, you will just need a PDF viewer to open them up, but they are saved on your device. Now, as far as the videos are not downloadable because they are huge, but you will be able to stream them as many times as you want forever. So they will be in your account, and you can stream and watch those, go back and forth, pause, do whatever, as many times as you want forever. So that is a great thing. So that is, any questions on that part? So explaining the 3 different versions. So we have the 9 months. If you purchase the 9 months, of course, now we have a special going on that will be at $84.95 for the 9 months up until September 20th. Then the price does go to the full price. So it does go up. So that is only, how much is it? So it's only about $9.38 for each project, which is less than you pay for a regular PDF pattern. So, and that includes the pattern and the class. And then if you just want a lesser commitment, don't want to spend so much money, there's the trimester. So you can buy all 3 for $34.95, which is about $11.65 per class. And then individually, it's $14.95. So it's got lots of options. And of course, this is just the pattern and the video. I'm not talking about fabrics at all. So you can choose your own or do whatever. Of course, as you've heard, we will have some kits available. We do have some kits available. However, I decided that we're not going to make the kits available in the store live in the store until after the show tonight. So no need to rush and scramble while you're watching the show. You can enjoy it and then go to the website and check it out. Okay. So let me show you the kits that we have available because we have plenty of color options. So we have everything is organized in my nice little project bag here. So I wanted to show you. So we are offering 4 different kits for the Offkilter runner. So the ones that you saw, we have the winter version, which is should we put that just the photo up? It'll be easier. The winter, yeah. So this version using New Forest winter fabrics from Lewis and Irene mostly. And I should say all of the kits have the backing fabric in it too. Just know that. So it includes all the fabrics for the front and the back and the binding. It just does not include the batting, but everything else is in there. So that's one version. And then we have the second version is the blues. So the blues, that's the kind of gradated version that is hanging behind me. And so that one, we have a photo of that one too to see it in full view, don't we? Yeah. So there it is. So that's kind of starting with light grays and going into light blues and into the deep turquoise. And then we have the third option. I haven't had time to make this one up, but it's similar to the blue one. So this is a pink and purple, kind of a gradation. So you start with the lightest color and then you go into, so you do the pinks and then you go into the purples and then, yeah, so this is the backing, this is the binding, and so everything is in there. So really kind of the same effect of the blue, but just pinks and purples. So that is the pink and purple kit. And then the fourth one is the Ghouls and Goodies. Here, the one I showed you earlier. So that is the fourth version of the kits right here. I just haven't had time to make that pink and purple one, but I think it would be really great too. So these are the 4 kits for the Offkilter. But of course, I think this would look really great in anything, really. And then for the wall hangings, we have 2 versions of kits. So both I call this one the black. So the Halloween I call them Fall Fellows Black. And then I call the other one Fall Fellows Orange. So, but the listing for the kits has the actual photo of the prints that are used in here. And then we have just one version of the Santa placemats. And so that one is kind of identical to what I have here. And the kit includes fabric for 4 placemats. So you'll be able to make 4 for the kits. So those are the 4 the kits that we have for the 3 different projects, some color versions. And like I said, that Offkilter runner, I'm ready to make like 15 more. Every pretty fabric line would be just a go. Now, one more thing that we have put together as a kit is a starter kit. So a Quilt As You Go starter kit. That was so popular last year that I decided to put that together again. So what is in the starter kit to start with is 5 yards of our Bozal fusible poly batting. So this is light fusible batting. What I like about it is fusible on only one side, and so you can just iron your backing on and you're ready to go. So there's 5 yards in here, which takes you a really long way throughout the season. Probably not all the projects, but it takes you pretty far. So we do sell this individually too, but in the starter kit, we have a bag of this and then all kinds of goodies. So I tried to pick a little bit different things from last year. So I'm going to start with the basics. We have 3 different thread colors in there. We have a light sand one. We have a dove, which is a light gray, and then a pewter, which is a darker gray. So these are kind of some of my favorite. I have like 6 favorite colors that I use for piecing. So these would be great because they blend in with most of your backing. So great for the bobbin as well. On top of that, I included 2 small spools of thread just a white and a black, because we need a little bit of white for the top stitching on the cuffs for the Santa hats, and then black we will be using a little bit too. And it's also great for some of the black bindings if you want to stitch those black bindings down. So that's kind of the basics of thread. Then we have the Fruity Fiesta version of our ruler stickers. We have a pack of Heat and Bond Light that should last you through the whole season. It's about 1.25 yards of that. We have the long quilting pins that are a little bit thicker than what I like for regular piecing, because it's easy to go through the batting and they won't bend on you so easily. So these are the quilting pins. Pack of those. And then we have 2 different markers. I have the water soluble marker, the blue marker that I like to use for most things, marking the batting and anything like that. So if it does show through your fabric, it's easily washed out. And then we have the chalk pen, the white one. So if you do have dark fabrics or anything dark, it's nice to have a chalk wheel. This is just a white chalk wheel. I use that quite a bit when I have dark stuff that I need to mark. So that is really great. Then we have a couple of new things in here. This one is really great. So you have 6 of the extra large clips. So these are the Wonder clips. Why I like these extra large ones is when we are doing Quilt As You Go and we are starting in the middle. So for example, I have a project here that's, you know, a nice demo piece. And so then we have to kind of roll things up to get it under our machine when we're starting in the middle. So in that case, these big clips are really great to kind of hold your batting in place. So you can roll it up and it will just stay like this. So you're not always battling with all the batting. So we are including 6 big clips in each of the starter kits. And then we have these cool things. These are heat resistant thimbles. So they're meant to, there's 3 sizes that come in the pack. And so they're meant to go on your thumb, or actually it's going to be on your left hand. Thumb, middle finger, and index finger, like that. And so when I'm folding binding, you're pressing, and sometimes that heat of the steam will, you know, burn my fingers. Or when we're doing some of the curves, for example, on the pumpkins, we have to fold these out and press them. So it's really nice to be able to just have your finger almost holding things in place, and you're not going to get burnt. So really excited about these little things. They're also nice and grippy. So if you have, some people use these when they're hand stitching because it's easier to have a grip on your needle and things like that. So this is the starter kit, and so the value of everything in the starter kit is about $159, I believe. It was close to $160, but we have the special of $135 for the starter kit, which includes the batting and then all of these little notions that are going to be so helpful. And so we have those, of course, in limited numbers, and we will see if we can get more. The problem these days is manufacturing of a lot of quilting things and notions has been stalled. Like, I was going to include my favorite needles, sewing machine needles and non-stick sewing machine needles, because they don't gum up your needle. Your needle doesn't get gummed up as much from using fusibles. Not that normally they don't do, but those needles have been out of stock for a really long time, and I'm hoping they get back soon, but they've been out of stock. The other thing that I was going to try and include more thread colors, but they are very limited numbers these days. So that's why I chose to go kind of the neutral route and the basics, and we'll see as we go along what we can get back in stock. So these are our kits, like I said, and I think I'm ready to answer some questions. All right. Are the big clips available separately? We will have them separately. They're not in the store yet, and the reason being they're in a big bag. So I didn't feel like you needed to get a big bag because it's kind of expensive. So that's why we just included the 6 in the starter kit. But we are going to be carrying them. It's just a matter of getting them in stock again. So maybe not yet. So that was that question. All right. All right, yeah, let me see all these questions. Great starter kit. I have it all except for the thimbles. Yes, good stuff. Um, are the individual items available? So yeah, so many of them are. The only ones I don't have in the store right now are the big binding clips and the small spools of the thread, and then the thimbles. But hopefully we will be able to get more of that in stock. So Vicky says, do you match your bobbin thread exactly to your backing or use one of those 3 threads in the starter pack that is closest? So I usually use either. Those are kind of my go-tos. I try to just pick something that blends in. I prefer like backings that are pretty, have a pattern to it. So something that blends in. So usually that light gray or the sand is a great fit. Or if you have a darker one, then I use that darker gray. And it usually works really well. Daria says, do you use those threads for the quilting too? Yeah, so I use 50 weight thread for both quilting and piecing, but for Quilt As You Go, we are piecing and quilting at the same time. So there's no quilting to be done. Once you're done with your project, you put the binding on and it's ready to go. What does Heat and Bond do? Heat and Bond is the fusible interface and fusible web. So it's for to do fusible applique, for example, the little pom-pom and the cuff on the placemats. So you draw your shape onto the paper side of the fusible web. And then you fuse that to your fabric, you cut it out, and then you fuse it to your project. So it's great. Gwen says, how many projects can we get from the batting? So quite a bit. I mean, I don't know exactly because the projects are all different sizes. But I would say you could get through probably at least 5-6 months of projects with that size, that batting. And it's great. I cut pieces of it, and then you can Frankenstein it too, and all kinds of things. I don't know if you know what that means, Frankenstein batting. Betsy says, once again, you've outdone yourself with Fast and Furious Season 2. Thank you, Betsy. That's so kind of you. Barbara says, when will the starter kit be on the website? All the kits will be on the website right when we get off the air, so you can go shopping. Lynn says, can you get a kit without the batting? No, we are just selling. We have already packaged everything into the starter kit. Actually, I'm forgetting one thing that's in the starter kit. I'm going to see if I have it. And that's kind of a fun addition. There's one more thing in the starter kit. Elmer's glue. I know you can all get it at Target, but we just decided I'm going to put it into the starter kit just because some people don't live maybe close to any regular store. So we use this washable school glue. We will use this. I use it quite a bit. Kobe says hi to everybody. Robin says, I think you said we must have a walking foot. I highly recommend you have a walking foot. It's going to be so helpful. Now, many machines have a built-in dual feed system, like the FOF machines do have that, and I believe some other machines do. I don't remember which ones. You can maybe get through doing it, but there is always a little pushing on the top. But you know what? Even if you have an older machine or a model that doesn't include a walking foot, there are tons of walking feet that are generic and made for either high shank or low shank machines. So I would say go, and a lot of them, you can find all of it online, of course. But if you have a store close by, just ask or send an email and ask what would fit for your machine. But because it's going to be just so much better. Tony says, are there instructions included for making a table runner larger or a wall hanging larger? So sometimes I do include that, but you know, a lot of times it's such an easy transition. For example, the Offkilter runner, you could just keep going with that one and make it larger. But I don't have specific instructions in the pattern for it, but sometimes I talk about it in the videos, how you can do that. Can you get just the batting, Pam? Yes, you can get just the padding. We have that. We have quite a bit in stock, but we have another shipment of batting on the way as well. Yes. Oh, I guess it's already out because Nancy's asking, will you get more Bozel batting? Yeah, it's on the way. So we should have it shortly. If I ordered a kit tonight, should I order the pattern for the runner separately? Yes. So right now you can order if you want to just get the runner. So you can order that for the $14.95 but it won't be in your account until the 20th. Just know that. So if you, once you order it and you go to your account to find it, what you will find there is a couple of instructional basic videos and the supply list. Okay, do you use 90 a 90 or a 80 needle? So I've used both. There's not much of a difference between a 14 or a 12 nonstick needle. I have used the 14s and I've used the 12s. I usually prefer 12s for Microtex needles for just regular piecing, so that's what I use for the nonstick, but they were sold out of it for a while, so I was using the larger ones. So Greg asks, is your 50 weight thread 100% cotton or what? Yes, so 100% cotton, 50 weight Mako by Aerofill is what we have in the kit. That is my preference. Are placemats flat where your drinking cups won't tip over? Yeah, they're pretty flat, even though we have seams in it. They lay pretty flat. I think definitely a cup, unless you have, I don't know, very narrow cups. I think they should be safe on them. All right. Who makes the nonstick needles? Smets does. That's the ones that I've gotten. Does the kit include the pattern? So Mary's asking, no. So the kits are absolutely separate because the patterns are digital and come with the video class. So there's not going to be a pattern in your kits. Bet says, if for some reason I can't order the Fast and Furious patterns, do I have to wait until after the show? That you can still order them. Like go to, so there's a separate, when you go to shop, there's a separate tab there that says Fast and Furious Club Season 2. There's a Season 1, but go to the Season 2. And that's where you will find either the 9-month or the 3-month or the one, just the first month. Okay, so Roberta's asking, what is fusible batting and why do we need fusible? You do not need fusible. In that first video that I told you that is in your account, the basics of Quilt As You Go, I talk about it and I explain the fusible batting. I like it because it has fusible on one side, because we start with our backing and batting basted together when we do Quilt As You Go, because we're sewing through all the layers. So you're piecing through the backing and batting, quilting as you go. So that case, the fusible, you can just iron your backing onto your batting and you're ready to go. You can also use, if you have batting at home, you can use basting sprays. So my favorite is the 505 basting spray. So you can spray your backing onto it. And so that would be my second favorite method. And so that is what I use and why. What is the weight and thickness of the batting in the starter kit? It's light fusible. So it's a fusible fleece, but it's the lighter weight. So Bosal has 2 weights, and I prefer the lightweight for most table toppers and table placemats and things like that. Anything on a table. So then they have the regular weight, which is a little bit thicker, but this is the lightweight. Can you get a walking foot for a Singer 301? Yes, I have one. Yes, you can. Janome machines have a built-in walking foot. Okay, Janome was the other brand that I couldn't. Pat says, can you just get the pattern? It just comes with the video. It's a video and a pattern package. So unfortunately not the pattern because they're exclusive to the club at this time. Laura loves the projects. That's awesome. Oh, Linda's asking about, will Reef be back? Unfortunately, I tried to order more, and they are out of many of the SKUs, so it wasn't coming together for me. So unfortunately not. Would you repeat the cost of the starter kit? So value is about $159, and the price for the special is $135 for everything. All right. Is it possible to buy for my 2 daughters? I already bought mine tonight. So if you're thinking of buying them the membership or for the club, what I do recommend, get them a gift card instead, because you want them to purchase under their email so that those videos and patterns will be in their account so they can log into their own. So that's why I recommend you can buy them a gift card and then you just email them the gift card and they can create their own accounts and purchase that. If you're talking about the kits or anything like that needs to be shipped, then you can of course purchase and just put in their shipping address. But if it's the digital versions of the digital patterns and the videos, I always recommend just get a gift card and then they can set up their own account. Debbie says, so you can use fusible fleece. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Use whatever you prefer. This is my preference. This is what I carry. Kate asked, do you have 505 in my store? I don't, because there's a lot of limitations to shipping aerosols. So because we ship all over the world, so I just don't carry it. I haven't done that. Does the iron-on glue make the backs stiff? Nope, not at all. This is very nice. So there's multiple different fusible battings out there, and I just want to give you that warning. They're not all created equal, of course. I like the Bosal because first off, the poly batting is a really nice quality polyester. So some of them can be really coarse and hard. And then also the fusible, sometimes they're really big bumps that you can even still feel after you pressed it on. But in this case, you can't feel it at all. They're really soft, so no stiffness to it. All right, what's the name of the needles and size? So they're Smets non-stick needles, and I use either a size 12 or a size 14. Do you ever get sick of answering the same questions over and over? Sometimes. But, if it's something that needs to be said again, I will answer it again. Where is HP? He's busy. He's there, sweating bullets. Making sure we don't get shut down. That's true. So I wanted to tell you one thing before. Nancy said, do you have powder fusible? I think it's called Quilter Select Free Fuse. I've never tried that. It just kind of sounds like a mess to me, but it might be great. I don't know. I've just never tried it. Somebody's asking about the quilts behind us. We got Emma on the wall behind me. This one's made from the Heartland Holiday Bundle. Got to borrow this one from Connie. She made this and I just loved it. We still have some of that bundle. And then we have on the side, this is from last year's Fast and Furious Club. This is a tail feather runner. And then we have, of course, the Offkilter behind me on the ladder. Can barely see. Just see the top of it. Okay. Any other questions? Maybe from YouTube? Any idea on when ombre fairy dust is arriving? I got a shipping notice, so hopefully that it'll be arriving this week, and we can ship it out next week. Get it cut and shipped out next week. Do you need yardage for each of these, or can you use a layer cake? You can, of course, use layer cakes for some of the pieces. Most of them are, though, like fat eighths or fat quarters. So I was going to talk to you about this runner because this one takes 9 fabrics, and most of them, so I think 9 fabrics. 3 of them you need a fat quarter, and 3 of them you need, and the rest 5 of them you need a fat eighth, because some of them you need a little more of. So it's just a really cool, measurement. And so I was just playing with the idea, if you're going to make multiples, of course, this one, I promise you're going to want to make more than one. So if you want to make multiples, and you do something like this where there's not a gradation to it, and you can kind of just switch up the colors of the fabrics. So like from one bundle, one of our Stash Builder bundles that has 12 half yards, you would be able to get at least 3, possibly 4 runners if we don't count the backing. If you have some backing at home, you could also just piece some of the leftovers, but you could definitely get 3 to 4 runners out of a half yard bundle, which is really cool because, you can use up some of those leftovers and things. Elaine says, where will we look for the starter kit? So all the kits, and including the starter kit, will be under that Fast and Furious Club Season 2 link in the shop. So I know you want me to just stop talking so you can go shopping, huh? Oh, that's funny. So that will all go live right after we end the show. So I know you guys are watching me live. Yes, they're all looking for bundles. They're not in the store yet. Just wait. Just hang on. Yeah, Pam says it's unusual for me to make many of the same patterns. And that's really big quilts because I always have more ideas for new stuff. But for runners, they're so quick. I mean, I get these done in just a matter of a couple of hours. So if I see a cool fabric, then I'll just make another one. Denise says, will all the trimesters be $34.95? Yes, they will all be $34.95. Okay. Is it too early to tell us the size of the runner? The size of the Offkilter is 14.5 by 46. Darla says, any word on the sheep fabric? We have some actually arrived today, but it's only just a small portion. We're getting lots more later in September, October. But we have some. We will be listing it later this week. We just have been madly cutting. Madly cutting. Okay. So, somebody was asking for season 1. Are season 1 projects still available? Yes, they are just under the Fast and Furious Club season 1. Linda's confused because you can't find the $135 kit. It's not in the store yet. Remember, when I close the show, it'll go live. Yeah, we'll have to have like a countdown. Have to have a countdown for the end of the show. That's funny. All right, I think we have kind of answered most of the questions for we crashed tonight. We're hoping not to crash. That's why we had all the club stuff on. So some of you have already gone and purchased that. So that's great. So that's awesome. Trish is asking, are you getting more CDs? Are we getting more CDs, Mr. Producer? Yes, we will. They're getting some. So there will be more CDs. The Etta James. What is but it was the Rage Project. That's what Etta James show. Update on the new book. It's in the works. Shooting for late October, end of October. What's the 9-month price? Well, it's $84.95 for the 9-month. All right. This is awesome. So I wanted to just talk about just a few things before we finish. So that one video that will be in your account, this video is also on YouTube. It's called The Basics of Quilt as You Go. You can find it on YouTube, but it's just nice to have it all in one place when we're working on these projects. So that's why we put them in the accounts. So I talk about some, all the tools and notions and how they're used. And one thing that is not in the starter kits or anything are scissors. So I talk about these scissors. These are my Perfect Scissors by Karen K. Buckley, and these are my favorites. The 2 sizes I love for cutting out applique. And then these guys, these red ones, people sometimes don't know what these are for because they have a little bit of a curved tip. So if you have, when you're doing Quilt as You Go, you obviously will always have threads on the back. So I have a scissor button on my machine. Not everybody does. So, and I never used to until this year. So I love these. So when you're snipping, we can do it here in the overhead if you can switch to it. It's kind of messy over here. So when you're snipping these threads, you can just go all the way up to the fabric and not harm the fabric because of the curved edges. So you won't be cutting into the fabric because it's curved like that. So I love these little guys. So they are available in the store. Wanted to tell you that. So that is, like most of the other things are available separately. And unfortunately, the kits, normally we don't get any more. Some we may have a chance, but once they're gone, they're gone. So I think, do we have a live winner? I think we should just get this going so we can get them moving. They can get to shopping. You guys are funny. But of course, you want to stay tuned for next week. Next week, I'm going to continue my study of the color theory, picking fabrics, what fabrics go well with what patterns. I'm going to dive deeper into it and work with this first part of the groupings that I talked about last week on Tipsy Tuesday last week. So the scrap crazy patterns. So we'll dive into that and have some fun with that. But our live winner, are you ready? No, you're not ready? Oh, there it is. Carol Treblehorn Johnson. Carol, congratulations. Please email us or send us a message if you're on Facebook, and we will get that gift card to you. $25 gift card. And then, of course, you have another chance to win. Now, should we remind them of the website where they're going to go right after we get offline? There it is. GE Quilt Designs. Remember to have that quilt in between the GE and the designs. Very important. So the giveaway question. So you have another chance to win. Giveaway question. You just have to answer this one. Of course, I just showed you the 3 Fast and Furious projects. Which of the 3 projects are you most excited to make? And maybe you're not going to do it, but you can still tell me which one you would make. So I would love to hear that. Let me know, and we will pick a random winner and be announced next week. Make sure if you're on Facebook to join my group, Gudrun's Quilt Group, for some more fun and lots of photos to share. Great community. And of course, if you can share the video, we appreciate that always. All you have to do is just hit that share button. And we really appreciate that. Help spread the word. Our next show, of course, September 8th, 7 p.m. Central. And if you're in the crew or on YouTube now, I will be live this coming Friday. Happy Friday show, always at 3 p.m. Central Time. Of course, there will be a cocktail. It will be a Fast and Furious one. So that is it for us tonight. I hope I will see you next week, and I hope many of you will join me for this fabulous season of Fast and Furious Club, making some great small quilts, perfect for gifts. It's such a great thing to make for gifts, all these little runners and toppers and things. So I hope you join me. But that's it for us tonight. Have a great rest of your week, and I will see you Friday. Thanks, everybody.